So with the research article that I went through last night, it was done by Brad Schonfield and a few of his colleagues. And this guy is quite well known in the exercise science industry, I guess you'd call it. And with this study, they had 18 participants, so trained participants, people that had been training for at least 3 days a week for at least a year. And they were split into two groups. I think it was about 18 participants, so split into two groups of 9. And with the first group, they were focusing on, I think it was 8 to 12 repetitions. And the other group was 25 to 35 repetitions. And both groups, they kept the same variables. So they were both focusing on going to muscular failure, but everything like the tempo, the rest times is 90 seconds. Every other aspect was kept the same, just to measure the differences as accurately as possible. So in this study, they performed the 7 exercises for 3 sets, and they rested 90 seconds between each set, like I said before there. And the exercises were the bench press, military press, squat, lat pull down, cable row, leg press, and leg extensions. And what they saw during this time was that both the high and the low, so we'll call it the high load group, which is people that completed 8 to 12 reps, and then the low load group, which completed the 25 to 35 repetitions. With both these groups as well, they adjusted the weights on each set to make sure they were sticking in their designated rep range. So if they were getting, like the 8 to 12 group was getting more towards 6 reps, and they'll decrease the weight, and vice versa. And so during this time, they found that both the high weight and the low weight groups increased muscle thickness by 8.6% for the low weight group and 5.3% for the high weight group. So in that aspect, the low weight group actually ended up increasing their muscle thickness further. And then for both the high weight and the low weight groups, they increased their elbow extensor thickness by 6% and 5.2% respectively. So the high weight group won out with the elbow extensors. Both the high weight and the low weight groups increased quadriceps thickness by 9.3% and 9.5% respectively. So there wasn't too much difference there. And then the high weight group, obviously they showed a higher increase in maximal strength, because it's just the law of specificity. If you train for higher weight, you're going to increase in strength. So if you want to get stronger, you train with heavier weights. And then on the opposite end of things, the low weight group did still show an increase in maximal strength, but not as much as the high weight group did. And on the opposite end of things, the low weight group, they showed quite a drastic increase in muscular endurance, but the high weight group, theirs didn't change at all. So there's no change in muscular endurance there. So what we can learn from this is that you can still achieve increases in muscular thickness to quite a high extent during this time of not being able to have the full weights with you. So you can still train with lower weights, and increase your muscular thickness as long as you're training to muscular failure. So there's a point where you feel like you can't achieve any more repetitions without completely your form going to crap. So at least you've still got something you can do. So even if you go out, you do push-ups, you do some decline push-ups, something you can actually push yourself to that muscular failure. What I'd recommend is trying to stick to at least, in the other research that I've looked at, you want to stick to less than 50 reps. So I wouldn't go any higher than that, and just try to push that muscular failure on each set, and try to increase either your load or your repetitions each week, so you've got that progressive overload. And this just gives you something to do. Find something that you're around the house you can actually lift. If you don't have any weights equipment, so you got your dips, squats, add some weight, just hold on to anything just to try to increase the progressive overload over time, as I said there. So at least we've actually got something we can do during this time. Just push yourself to muscular failure and keep trying to increase each week. Hopefully that helps out a little bit, and I hope you can actually enjoy some of the videos I'm going to be doing. Don't know how often I'll be doing it. It's kind of just going to be as they come, and let's just hope we can get through this time together. All right, thanks guys.